Hey Mangesh, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm good.
Looks like it was raining out there today, huh?
Don't ask. See,
Yeah.
it is still raining.
Is it torrential is what I read. Torrential.
Yeah, no, actually, it is like every now and then there is like one cloud that just comes around and it just like too much. If I
Cloud,
show
huh?
you, yeah,
Yeah. But then that solves all your water problems over there, right?
that's good, but not right now.
Right, right. I understand when you're
I
actually
don't want
conducting.
it right now because there are too many guys traveling here and all that kind of things.
Yeah,
It is not
yeah.
good.
Tournament time. You don't want that to happen. So yeah, I am.
Yeah.
You know, I काय मराठीत म्हणू शकतो सहानुभूती व्यक्त करू शकतो मी अजून काय नाही.
आज सकाळी तर एवढा आयटम झाला की वी वर देअर लाईक लिटरली 6:30. Got everything ready, including tent, this and that. It was bright and sunny. At 12:30, we decided, okay, let's just take a break. At 2 o'clock, they are gonna come, but that game, so we just thought like, okay, let's just go for subway and all. Subway pickup करायला गेलो, इकडे पाऊस चालू झाला.
अरे
And it was bright and sunny. I just sent you a picture right now.
ओके
तिकडनं आम्ही पळत पळत परत आलो. व्हिडिओ पाठवला मी तुम्हाला. It is literally sunny and it is raining
वाव.
out of nowhere.
हम्म.
And obviously the game was supposed to start in 1.5 hours, so everything
Right,
was open,
right.
and within that 10-15 minutes everything is screwed up.
So
Whatever
where,
work we did for last 1 week, everything is gone.
right. So what is the general the rain pattern? Is it normally in the afternoons or in the mornings? Is there any pattern? Probably the game could have been shifted. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
uh,
know the details. Yeah.
Today, I mean, last 3 days
Huh.
it's happening in afternoon, but these are so spotty, like you'd never know when it will
Right,
happen.
right,
It is
right.
happening, let's say, 5 miles away from you, but it is not happening somewhere else. So it is like that. Hopefully tomorrow is the last day. Usually it doesn't happen that often, but tomorrow will be the last day. After
Right.
tomorrow it
Yeah.
should be good.
Yeah,
Bogeyat.
I feel for you, especially when you put so much effort and then in the rain plays spoil sport. I mean, this is when you
Yeah,
actually go and see, right? International cricket, the amount of time it takes to prepare, like the world,
exactly.
the Test Championship final. It was so frustrating, 4 or 5 days of continuous rain. So yeah, I feel for
That's
you. But what you're doing, the amount of effort I've seen you in person, I've seen you when I met you in Houston, and maintaining such a big facility, and it takes more than just effort. It has to be passion and love for the sport, and what you want to do. So help us understand, Mangesh, how did you get into it? How did Prior Review Cricket Complex, the idea,
so.
the thought was uh, was
No, no. Before that, I just want to understand exactly what will be the process here. Like, is it kind of like a show, or what are we doing here?
So,
I
so
don't even
basically,
have
we
any
want to
clue.
educate. We want to educate, viewers across America. Right? Such a beautiful facility, and only people who play there they know about the facility. So, this show is to get people to understand the amount of effort that goes into creating a pitch. Maybe you can give us like what percentage clay and how much you have to dig in, all that kind of technical information, because most of the people across America don't know what
Okay,
pitch
okay, okay.
is.
So how are we going to do this? Like question answer thing or?
No,
Kasa?
you have to all yours. You can just keep talking, and I'll just zip it up. If you have any presentation, some sort of diagram, pictures you want to show, you can share the screen. Either way, it's floor is yours.
Okay. I have a couple of pictures and all that they पण आपण करता येईल. तर
Sure.
yeah, how
आधी
much time do you
थोडंसं
think?
तुमचं स्वतःचं बॅकग्राऊंड द्या, म्हणजे
Okay, okay. नाही, ठीक आहे, ठीक आहे. चालेल. No, I think it will be better की question answer type करूया आणि नंतर then आपणच आपापल्यामध्ये discussion करूया. Something like that.
Sure.
I think that will be better. Okay. Okay. Whenever you are ready, then let's start.
Yeah, I'm ready. So welcome to the Cricket in America, Cricket in USA show with Ganesh. Here with me we have Mangesh Chaudhary, who is the manager of the Prairie View Cricket Complex cricket grounds in in Prairie View, close to Houston, between Houston and Austin, I would say. But yeah, amazing facilities. My last count was 7 grounds, but I'll let Mangesh talk about how the grounds came up and the amount of time he spends and what his experiences.
Thank you, Ganesh. Thank you for having me here. Yeah, it was an interesting story actually. Back in 2018, there is a businessman here in Houston, Tanvir Ahmed. He just decided to buy some land and wanted to do some cricket grounds for local community and stuff. So that's really how this project started. And I was actually at that time playing for one of his club, and then I actually did some kind of like groundwork with New Mexico Cricket League and Denver Cricket League and those kind of things. So he just floated this idea like, I have this land. Can we build some cricket grounds over there? I was like, okay, why not? We'll just start working on it. One thing led to another. This became such a serious passion project, and now here we are. After last year, when the minor league and A's and all these other entities came on board, USA Cricket also picked up some pace. Then slowly we started going from 2 grounds to 4 ground, 4 ground to 6 ground, whatever you see at this point. And then we realized we need to have turf wickets. So we started building turf wickets. Now we are realizing we need to have some practice areas. Now we are developing practice areas. So one thing led to another, and now this is what the project is. He ended up buying more than 80 acres at that same location. And the plan is to develop this as much as we can over the next 10 years, depending on the situations and the money and everything, because right now he's the only person who is funding this and the only person who is managing it. So hopefully it will become bigger and bigger. And the way I can actually show you some of the slides and everything so that you can understand what the journey was.
Absolutely. So I've made you the host. You can share your screen whenever you're ready.
Okay, let me just share this screen. So
I can see it.
So this is basically a Prairie View cricket complex. This is how it looks right now. The project started in 2018. The one good advantage about this project and this particular site was we chose this site because it was right on Highway 290, which is connecting Houston and Austin. In USA, cricket is not that popular, and in order to make cricket popular, we wanted some kind of visibility, and that is exactly what the idea was behind this particular land. There are 150,000 cars pass through this road every day, and then there is this university close by which has 12,000 students, which is one of the oldest university in Texas. So those couple of things were very important for development of cricket. That's what we thought at that time, and that's how this particular site was chosen. And initially, the plan was to just have this field number 1 and field number 4 with some parking lot and stuff. Then, when we built these 2 fields, these fields got picked up very quickly, and everybody started enjoying them, all that kind of thing. We decided to add these 4 more fields, and then we added this area for practice. So between 2018 and now currently until start of 2020, we already got these 6 fields up and running. We started hosting lots and lots of games and all that kind of thing. See this another picture which shows all these 6 grounds. We got side screen on all of these grounds. These are all full size cricket fields, and these 3 fields are turf only. And recently means literally last week, we finished construction of turf wickets on this field and this field. So now we have 5 fields, turf only fields at one location. We also got these kind of portable canopies, cages, the media rooms. These are all temporary structures, and we are just moving them around whenever we need them. We also got 150 car parking lot. Usually it fills up every Saturday, Sunday with the amount of cricket happens in Houston.
So if I may ask you, is there a league that happens there? Because I saw matches happening when I was there, not the under 19 matches, but there were other matches. So what were those matches?
So most of the time on Saturday we have table tennis tournaments over there. These are all local leagues. Most of the IT guys and South Asian community, they play here regularly. And on Sunday we give our grounds to Houston Cricket League. So Houston Cricket League, there are 14 clubs who use this ground as their home ground. Um, and basically there are like 4 divisions in Houston Cricket League. The premium division teams, they play on turf wickets. The other division teams, they play on concrete wickets, synthetic wickets.
Wonderful.
But there is like cricket happening literally every weekend over here.
So
Along
is
with that, we
there,
also host lots of tournaments.
so well, one question I remember this is like maybe when 2018 was the NYCL first time held? I'm vaguely remembering NYCL
Yes,
tournament first time held. That's when I remember Prairie View need the name. That's so.
yes. So back in 2018, that was the first time we hosted any tournament, and that is exactly when we opened our grounds. That time we had 4 fields, and again that time also it was raining quite a lot. Samuel Badri was here as a chief guest, and literally 7 in the morning the rain stopped. Everybody was here. That was the first tournament. Everybody from Houston community, Dallas community, Austin cricket community, everybody was here. All the parents were there, kids were there, lots of things. And then suddenly it started raining. And that time the grass was also not that great, so it was a mud pit. Then a couple of guys like Ajay Jam, Surya Saladi, Sudhir, all these guys, they started helping us out, including Samuel Badri. He started throwing water away and that kind of a thing. And we made it we made it work, and the game actually started at 1 o'clock. So that was actually the inauguration of Prairie View Cricket Complex. That is how we opened up Prairie View Cricket Complex. And after that, I mean, it just took off because we saw how much people love cricket, and that actually motivated us also to build more and more and give them proper facility and help everybody to because everybody loves cricket here. They need some kind of facilities like this so that they can improve, and this is what we are trying to do now.
Amazing. Keep going. I didn't want to interject you, but yeah, you have a few more slides that.
Yeah, so next is basically I just wanted to share like what exactly is planned for Prairie View Cricket Complex next. We already finished this field number 1 and field number 4 that is now laser graded. It will look exactly like these fields, the top-notch fields. We put like 4 turf wickets on these already seeded and everything. Another thing what we are doing is we just finishing this construction. We are going to construct like 7 turf wickets here. This will be a practice area. And then on this concrete, we are going to put like a regular nets, synthetic nets. So this will be our practice area, which will be the central for that all the grounds. So that after this, we can practice nets and everything over here, and the grounds will be only available for the games. Along with that, we are going to do some more these kind of like media boxes so that we can start having broadcasting and everything on other grounds also. Right now we have capacity to broadcast from 3 grounds. We wanted to increase that capacity. We are putting some platforms for cameras and everything. And then we'll have some kind of like electric wires around every ground so that we can do this broadcasting properly. And next year, there are additional 2 fields we are planning over these at this location. And the next step will be to start working on the pavilion building. Because right now, the way cricket is moving, we need some sort of like infrastructure over there now so that we can host bigger games also.
There's just a dream come true for a cricketer, to be honest. When you look at all these cricket grounds, obviously, the cost of land is a factor compared to other parts like where I am from and where you are. But no, how many hours a week do you put into this work, Mangesh?
What is that? Sorry.
How many hours a week do you put into
Don't ask. So usually my day starts with the grounds. I usually reach there around 7:30, 8 o'clock. I try to finish everything before 12, 1 o'clock, depending on the day and type of work we want to do. After that, I come back and then work on other things like we also host tournaments. We are managing Houston Hurricane minor league team. Tanvir is also part owner in Barbados Trident CPL team. So then we are managing marketing, meeting with the city officials, literally everything. So
There's work all along 24 by 7.
yeah,
You are totally.
yes. And in the evening we usually have like coaching duties and stuff like that. So that is also there.
So you live close to the fields or you live in Houston area? I mean, because it's driving distance. One thing I realized in Houston is like you have to drive everywhere. You have to drive some distance in Houston. It's not nearby as I'm used to it here locally. Literally, I can walk out of my house and reach Santa Clara ground in like 3 minutes. And
Not here. Nobody can reach Prairie View Cricket Complex in 3 minutes, or any other cricket complex in Houston area, because Houston traffic is really bad. I live almost 40 miles away from this ground, so usually it takes me around like 45 to 50 minutes one way. But then our indoor facilities are closer to the community, closer to the South Asian community in Sugarland area, Sugarland KT area. There are two, actually three now, indoor facilities. Most of the training coaching, weekday training coaching happens at the indoor facility, and these grounds are utilized during weekends or for major tournaments and all.
wonderful.
But sometimes people come here too. If they want to practice on turf wickets, they usually come here too.
Wonderful. Wonderful. What else? Do you have any more slide?
No, slides are done.
Wonderful, wonderful. So to change a little bit, Mangesh, give us. I mean, of course, you have all the knowledge of how you went about, finding material for turf wickets and what the composition of the clay was and things like that.
Yeah. So the biggest challenge right now in US is finding right quality of soil for cricket pitches. Plus, along with that, the another big issue is we do not have enough curators in this country who know what they are doing, right? So usually curators are coming from West Indies, India, Pakistan, or somebody who knows cricket or somebody who done this before. But the numbers are still low. The cost of maintaining turf wicket is the challenge, not the construction cost. Construction is very simple, very easy. Anybody can build turf wicket within like 3-4 days, honestly. But the maintenance aspect is very, very challenging. For us also, that was an issue. So what we decided was, there were some curator. I mean, there was a curator who was here, but then he was also managing few other facilities, so it wasn't enough for this kind of facility and this kind of project. You need somebody full time. So we understood that challenge, and then what we decided, if we want to really grow, we need to find exactly what type of soil will work and all that kind of thing, and make it big, basically. My background is research, so I started looking into clay soil compositions and those kind of things. And we learned that in the entire US there are only two types of clay that could be useful for cricket pitches. One is red, other one is black. And in different parts of this country is very big. Transportation cost and all those things are a factor now. But there are two different clay types in two different regions which can work. So basically, if you are looking at Georgia, Morrisville, Atlanta, that area, or Houston, that area, usually you will find like darker clays which are available. If you go towards California, Chicago, and that area, you will see a little bit more lighter colors or red clay, and that is what the thing is. Then we started looking into it, and we surprisingly we got so lucky that one of the property Tanvir has already had some kind of a clay which was useful enough for this cricket one, for the cricket pitches. We started digging and we started experimenting with it. It worked out, and then once we understood what to do, we just went with more and more certificates.
So yeah, there is no permanent science as far as turf wickets. Every different region will have different composition and they will react differently. So yeah, as you said, the maintenance, like having a baby is easy.
Exactly.
Bringing that baby up is the hard part. So I totally, understand the amount of work and effort that goes.
And even if you, let's say, for example, let's say Prairie View pitches are international level, for example, right? now you think, okay, now if this clay is working, let's just bring that clay to, let's say, San Francisco and build a turf wicket there. It will work the exact same way. It won't. It
It
won't.
won't.
Because important in this entire process, that just clay is just one aspect of it. You need to worry about the weather patterns, you need to worry about the soil temperatures, you need to worry about the nutrient compositions, then humidity. Everything matters. Everything matters in this. Then the climate zone, amount of rain, amount of humidity, everything matters. And there is no exact science. No matter, even if you have like even if you hire like international curator, it will take him at least 3 to 4 months to understand what he's doing. That's a learning curve, no matter what.
Absolutely. If you look at it this way, right? Mumbai, if we from Mumbai, Wankhede Stadium, red soil, the bounce is there. We go to Pune, literally 150 kilometers, 200 kilometers away, how different it is. And you're talking about
Yep.
thousands of miles. So totally, yeah, it's a big challenge. And, I guess your experiences are hopefully going to help for other turf pitches in other parts of the country going forward. So have other parts of the country, people have been trying to reach out to you to understand how you.
Yes. I was actually going to touch upon that. There are actually lots and lots of guys. Sometimes you don't really know who to approach and who is working on what. But there are so many guys in different parts of country. They are actually trying to build turf wickets. For example, Raj Ghai is there in San Diego. Ismail is there in Bay Area. Ajay Jam is there in St. Louis. Then in Atlanta Cricket Field guys, they are trying to do something. Florida, Morrisville, these guys already have a curator who knows what doing. So there are lots and lots of guys who at least have a little bit of idea what to do, how to maintain them. All we need to do now is at the USA level, somebody has to take an initiative and start giving them tools and procedures so that they can get better and take it to the next level. And that is exactly what is going to happen to this minor league, major league, and getting sponsorships and everything.
It looks like I'm losing you there. I lost your picture, but I can hear your voice. So yeah, just like we have cricket coaching and umpires training, similar to that, some point of time, we are going to have cricket pitch curators academy as well, and that's the next course I would want to believe. So no, absolutely. Uh,
No, we need those kind of programs anyway. We need umpiring, we need coaching, we need curator courses. All these things has to happen if you want to take in.
Right. Looks like I'm again losing you. What else can you tell us about
Well trained, because most of the
how
umpires are
many
doing.
how many employee staff you have, and how do you go about assigning them work? Because there's work every day. There's moving the field almost every day activity. Right?
Yes. So fortunately, I have a guy, Norman Charles, Alzari Joseph. He's my main groundsman. He works with me almost every day.
So
And then there are
Norman
another
Charles, you
two
said?
guys. They take care of the outfield and the grass cutting.
Yes.
Yes, Normal
Sorry,
Charles.
Joseph. So I lost the connection there. Okay.
No, he's a granddad of Alzari Joseph.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I think I lost the internet connection. That's the reason I didn't know. Okay, so you got West Indies yeah, royalty there, if you will. As Alzari Joseph is
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yes. So yeah, and so he works with me almost every day, and he takes care of most of the day-to-day activity for maintaining the pitches and everything. And he's very good. Along with that, we have a couple of guys who take care of the outfield, maintaining the property, and all that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, obviously there is a lot to do here, and we are actually going to hire like maybe a couple more guys to maintain all these turf wickets. because otherwise it gets very hectic.
Right, right. So once again, I mean, the credit has to be given to the man behind the whole project, Mr. Tanveer Ahmed, and of course,
Mhm.
because you're the man leading the whole effort. Uh, when I arrived at the field, I'm like, should I go to this field or that field or that field? Because the only closest facility that is seen is Woodley Grounds, 4 grounds, and I think Prairie is next step for sure. So Mangesh, coming back to Mumbai connection, you played cricket in Mumbai. How's your the Mumbai connection there?
Yeah. So obviously, growing up, everybody plays cricket in Mumbai.
Which part of Mumbai? Let's start with that.
Yeah, so I am from central part of Mumbai. I mean, from Dombivli,
Okay.
but my college, undergrad college, was in Matunga, UD City. I am from UD City.
Okay.
Yeah, so obviously engineering became serious when I started my college, and then the cricket took a backseat. And when this project started, this was kind of like, you always wanted to become a cricketer when you are born in India. So that thing was there. So when this project came in, I was like, okay, at least I can do something for cricket, and that's how it started. Same thing for Tanveer. I mean, we are just passionate to do this kind of work, and that is how it started. And now it is becoming a little bit more structured, a little bit more. How can I say it? More like a startup now. Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
Hopefully, we'll do
absolutely.
our part to make it big.
Yeah. No. I am looking forward one day when I come to Prairie View to watch an international match between two international teams.
I can assure you that that day is not that far though.
Yeah, no, I believe you. I believe you. Looking forward to that day. So, Mangesh, we're coming close to 30 minutes to the hour. Thank you very much for taking time out from your busy schedule and giving us an insight onto what the Prairie View project is and what they envision. The next steps are. And congratulations to you for building these. Congratulations to Mr. Tanveer Ahmed and wishing you good luck. I will be there when there's a national tournament. We'll again meet and we have something due last time that we didn't do. So next time we meet, we'll definitely sit together. Right?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The only thing I wanted to say to all your audience and everybody is, if somebody wants any help regarding cricket, building turf wickets, grounds, anything, please reach out to me. We have a Facebook page, Cricket Complex Prairie View. You can just email us or send us a text or message or whatnot, and we will definitely try to help you out. Knowledge is free. It's open for everybody. Anybody who is willing to work, we are ready. We are there to help you out.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Mangesh. Very nice talking to you. We'll stay connected. Okay.
Thank you, Ganesh. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.